Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 32 of Ayodhya Kanda. In the previous sarga or chapter, we saw both Sita and Lakshmana. They successfully convinced Rama, and Rama is also well convinced about their decision, and all three had decided to go into the forest for the exile. But at the same time, they wanted to give up all their wealth, whatever is in their possession, and donate it to learned people like Brahmanas and to their servants and the people who do not have the wealth. So they wanted to distribute all their wealth and wanted to go into the forest with bare hand. Commanded by Sri Rama, Lakshmana went to the house of Rishi Suyagna. Beholding the Rishi seated in a sacrificial pavilion, he made obeisance to him and said, renouncing the kingdom, Sri Ramachandra is entering the forest. Come in all haste and see him embark on this arduous undertaking. Having performed his evening devotion, the Rishi Sayagna, in company with Prince Lakshmana, entered the beautiful and enchanting palace of Sri Rama. Perceiving this knower of the Veda to have come, Sri Rama and Sita rose and with joined palms welcomed the Rishi with reverence. Offering him salutations, Sri Rama bestowed on him alms, beautiful ornaments, jeweled earrings, necklaces of precious gem strung on golden thread, amulets and other jewels, and at Sita's insistence he said, O peaceful Rishi, be gracious enough to accept this necklace and gold which Sri Sita offers to your spouse. Also the bracelets and rings of beaten gold and jeweled bangles. About to enter the forest, Sri Sita offers them to your wife. Accept also this soft, pure couch with a coverlet embroidered with special stones, with precious stones, pearls, and tassels. This elephant also named Shatrunjaya, which my uncle gave me. It's actually Janaka who gave it to him. I present that to you, O great Rishi, together with 1,000 golden coins. Suyagna, requested by Sri Rama, accepted all the gifts and gave his blessings to Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita. Then Rama, ever of sweet speech, addressed Lakshmana as Brahma addressed Indra, saying, O Lakshmana, call here the two excellent sons of Rishi Agastya and Sri Vishwamitra and honor them with gifts and gems. Give to each in abundance as a field of corn is visited by rain. 1,000 cows, gold, silver, jewels, and ornaments to that Brahmin versed in the Taittiriya who daily with devotion gives his blessing to Queen Kaushalya and Sumitra, who is learned in the Vedanta and experienced in all matters, give vehicles, silken robes, and women attendants, so that he may be wholly satisfied. To my confidential adviser Chitraratha, who has served me over a long period, give precious jewels, clothes, and abundant wealth, and to the brahmacharis, my fellow students who study the Veda and are of excellent conduct, following no profession, living detached, enjoying good food, yet dependent on alms, give to each of these 1,000 cows. O Lakshmana, bestow on them 80 camels apiece loaded with jewels, 1,000 bullocks loaded with rice, and 200 bulls for tilling the ground. O Lakshmana, give them cows so that they may enjoy butter, milk, and curds. And to each of the brahmacharis, attending on Queen Kaushalya, give 1,000 cows and 1,000 golden coins, and give them abundant alms, so that my mother may be pleased with us. Obeying the commands of Prince Rama, Sri Lakshmana offered hospitality to the Brahmins. Like Kubera, he gave to every Brahmin abundant wealth as instructed by his brother. Then Sri Rama, seeing his servants standing near him weeping, bestowed on them sufficient wealth for their entire lives and said, "Until I return from the forest, keep watch on the palace belonging to Sri Lakshmana and myself." Then all wept, overcome at the thought of his departure, and Rama, turning to his treasurer, he said, "Bring here my wealth." And they heaped quantities of gold and silver before him, wonderful to behold. Then Rama, with the aid of Lakshmana, distributed it among the aged, the sick, and the needy. Now there was a certain Brahmin of the family of Garga, whose name was Trijata, whose complexion was pale on account of much privation. That is, he was fasting all the time because of the lack of food and lack of money and lack of any wealth. He, toiling honesty, went to the forest daily with spade, axe, and plough, maintaining his family on the fruits and flowers of the forest. His wife, worn down with much poverty, gathering her young children together, addressed her husband, saying, "Abandoning your plough and spade, follow my instruction. Go with all speed and approach the virtuous Sri Ramachandra. Undoubtedly you shall obtain something there." The Brahmin, covering himself with a few wretched rags, set out for Sri Rama's palace, his countenance in lustre resembling that of Rishi Bhrigu or Angirasa. Entering the fifth gate unchallenged, he came to where the multitude were assembled, and approaching Sri Ramachandra, he said, "O illustrious prince, I am destitute of wealth, and having my many children subsist on what I find in the forest. Look upon me with compassion." Sri Rama answered jestingly, I have still many thousand cows not yet bestowed to any. Cast yourself, thus your staff from this spot. I will bestow on you as many cows as can stand in the space between you and where your staff will going to fall. Trijata, hearing these words, binding his rags firmly about his waist, twirling his staff, threw it away with all his might. The staff fell on the further bank of the river Sarayu, where thousands of royal cows and bulls were grazing. Sri Rama ordered all these to be driven to the Brahmin's hermitage, and thus addressed him, "Be not displeased, O Brahmin, that I jested with you. I desire to test your great powers. Now the cattle will be driven to your abode. Ask further whatsoever you desire. O Brahmin, I will bestow anything you ask on yourself. All my wealth is to be given to the Brahmins. Nothing so pleases me as the bestowal of my wealth on Brahmins such as you, bringing me renown." Then the Brahmin Trijata, highly gratified, taking the cows, departed with his wife, full of power, renown, and devotion, blessing Sri Ramachandra. Thereafter Rama bestowed the remainder of his wealth, acquired through virtue, upon his friends, honoring them with marks of respect. There was not a Brahmin, servant, pauper, or beggar that he did not honor with charity at that time. Thus ended chapter 32 of Ayodhya Kanda in Ramayana. And if you observe the way in which Rama is giving up all his wealth, everything that was available in his possession, because when he is going into the forest, he do not want to worry about anything that is remaining back in his home. For us, for many of us, it is always the wealth that is remaining in our home that always is the cause of the worry. Even though we know the very next minute or at any moment of the time we may breathe our last, but till that time we keep holding on to our wealth. Whereas here we see Rama, the moment he got an opportunity to leave his city, leave his throne, leave his city, to the capital, and go into the jungle, go into the forest, immediately he is giving up everything. However, in the meantime, there may be another doubt that may be creeping in the minds of people. While Sita, assuming the role of a wife, since following the wife role of a wife, she is going with Rama all the way. But what about Murmila, who happens to be wife of Lakshmana? If you observe here, Rama is going into the forest, going into the exile at the command of Dasharatha. And Sita considered that as a better half, since she is half of the body of Rama, she considered herself that it is her responsibility, duty. But of course, with joy, she is going along with Rama into the forest. Whereas Lakshmana is going into the forest in service of Rama and Sita. And at this point of a time, if Urmila too accompany him, then Lakshmana on one side need to take care of his wife, and another side he will not be able to give a dedicated service to Rama and Sita. Probably Urmila, realizing this, she wanted to comfort her husband Lakshmana by allowing him to fully dedicate himself in the service of Rama and Sita. She probably had decided to stay back in the palace so that Lakshmana need not have to worry about her, and at the same time all three of them, they need not have to worry about their aged mother and father, because Urmila will be there always dedicated in their service. And such is what is the decision of the women. On one side, as a devoted wife, as a devout wife, Sita decided to follow Rama, and on the other side, her own sister, as a devout wife, she decided to take care of the family so that her husband can remain with peace of mind. So it all depends on the situation. Namaste Sharada Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.